Cool. So yeah, thanks for that, Jay. That works in quite nicely because Pyrrhus are a partner of ours, and yeah, also Homebase shown up there as a customer of ours as well. So yeah, all hopefully is tying in quite well. So yeah, just looking at our kind of bricks and mortar store data and trying to drive actual insights. So yeah, that's the theory of today, and then a quick little agenda for what we're looking at. So the first thing that I'm going to focus on is just kind of the challenge focusing retailers. So I guess a lot of you guys are bricks and mortar stores, you're e-commerce managers, so yeah, hopefully these are going to be quite interesting yourselves. So this is the latest from the kind of Deloitte digital review, saying that actually this is one of the biggest challenges facing retailers right now. So Ryan, I think you were here about 2 years ago, but Deloitte are slowly catching up. But anyway, yeah, like I say, trying to create a single customer view across all devices, consumer touchpoints, channels. This is where the opportunity lies for a lot of retailers, and yeah, wanted to kind of make up that market gap. And then obviously everyone's been empowered by their smartphone devices at the moment. So mobile technology has grown. We've got the apps now coming in. We've got the yReceipts feeding into the channels and the apps as well. So yeah, it's going to be more and more important over the years as we go forwards. And Deloitte predicts that by the end of 2015, 650 million kind of NFC-enabled devices will be available, and people will have Apple Pay, these types of things where they're expected and becomes second nature to them to be buying off these type of devices in store. So it's crossing those bridges and barriers. Yeah, so why is this important? Why is the data important to us? So just to give you a little bit of background, I manage kind of fashion and retail clients over at Teradata. So that's why it's important to me. So I'm trying to capture as much information as possible on these users, whether in store, whether online, whether they've joined a kind of social program and signed up that way, or through lead acquisition, whatever that may be. And data is your currency, so you've got to manage your data. That's what your business is now based on, really. So yeah, companies who can do that best are going to thrive going forward. So if you know your data, you've got power to that data, then obviously you can get out to your users and your customers as well. And yeah, this is just a little bit of an interesting slide. You probably can't read that from the back, but looking over to the left is the time spent on online each day, and looking at the emerging markets as well. So UK is currently here, and then towards the left we've got people like Philippines, Thailand, Brazil, Vietnam, South Africa. So this is where the market is moving. Obviously there's still 85% of transactions happening in store, but we just have to be aware of the new emerging technologies as well, and trying to bring those guys into the fold and how we can utilize them as well. So yeah, what's the differentiator now? Everyone's got an app, everyone's got these different programs, but it still comes back down to those types of events and things that Mothercare are running in store. It's that kind of customer experience with a brand that gives you that loyalty. So yeah, customer centricity is the highest priority for marketers. Just some nice kind of quotes from recent studies. 86% of customers would spend more with a better customer experience. So these are the repeat buyers, these are the ones that keep coming back. And these are the ones that we're starting to see with the yReceipts transactions, that they keep coming back into store and how we can act on that. And then 70% of customers purchase from brands they've already known how they are treated. And 89% of customers have a bad experience, will go and look somewhere else. That's pretty second nature. If I don't like Amazon, I'm not going to keep going back there. That's just what's going to happen now. Yeah, so just wanted to show kind of how yReceipts has helped kind of bridge the offline and the online gap, and results so far for Teradata customers. So just to give you a little bit of a sense of what Teradata do, as I mentioned, we can pull all this information into a kind of digital marketing hub. And then these are the types of communications that we send out in the background. So that would be the email, the push notifications to the apps, SMS, or even social. It's all embedded within the same one data hub. And then we're pulling all in from all of these different channels, with yReceipts being at the top there, the website, e-commerce store, Magento, whatever it may be. That's all information is coming into our cloud, and then we can act on it. So has anyone heard of these guys, or do you know this type of campaign? Yeah. I don't know what it was, white and gold, black and blue, whatever one. But yeah, this is one of my clients. This is Roman Originals. They had a very nice kind of social media bonus at the start of the year with this hashtag the dress. Speaking to their guys, they didn't really know what social was, to be fair, before this even went out. So yeah, they managed to like harness some of this reputation, but this is the brand I'm just going to touch on. So about 6 months ago, I think it was, Alex, haven't we? We launched this. We launched into stores with Roman Originals. We're now up to 57 stores having the kind of digital receipt with yReceipts. Currently, we're getting an 89% opt-in rate through the yReceipts. So that's every single transaction. 89% of them are opting to receive marketing, which is obviously the most important thing from my standpoint. And actually, one of the stats which isn't up here is actually like 7 out of 10 of those are brand new customers to Roman Originals. So they have their existing base of around about 250,000 users, and now every 7 out of 10 of those new users coming from store were previously not on their database. That's a massive potential for these users. So we've got 27,000 new opted-in users in the last 20 weeks, 10% of new multi-channel shoppers, and that's a really huge key stat. So since 5 weeks ago, since they come in store, right up to 1 day ago yesterday, 10% of these people have now gone on again and purchased online. And that's created 150K's worth of new sales. So it's not just happening from store to online, it's happening online now into store as well, and we can match those both ways as well. So we're looking at all of that data sources and how we can treat those customers differently. So that's the Roman Originals example. I'm going to fly through a few other ones, but if anyone has any points on any of these, either speak to me later as well. But yeah, this is part of the kind of GSM retail group who look after kind of cool and funky brands like Two Seasons, Billabong and Element. So again, I'm not going to run you through these, but early stages, we've been kind of a partner for about 5-6 months. We're up and running, but again, we're getting some really nice examples now of the emails going out, the reviews that are being left online, and all of that data capture, which Joey mentioned in terms of the store, order value, item names, all of that has been plugged into our database to build that, what we would try and say, single customer view over the top of it. So yeah, all of that information is coming in. So that's Two Seasons. Element, who have their sole one London store, but again, yeah, that's where we wanted to try and at least utilise that as part of the brand, and this is part of the GSM resale group. And then we've got Billabong as well, so this is all part of the same makeup. Again, you can see very similar stats coming out here around opt-in rate, which is key. So again, the brands that the users in the stores are very empowered by their brands. They're skaters themselves. They're surf dudes. They like this type of stuff. So they're really empowered, and they want people to be on their databases. So it's really strong about having the right incentivization scheme for your users in store, get them bought into your brand, and then they really want to drive it forward as well. Here's an example of Timberland. So this is really a new joint client for ourselves. Now have 10 store lives, and their database is actually solely reliant at the moment on yReceipts. Their website isn't live until another 2 weeks, so they've had to bridge that gap, and they've thought about this prior to them actually going online. So yeah, this is exactly the same for Timberland, for the North Face as well. And then also for Radley, this is literally hot off the press. So yeah, so they're looking at building their database this way, and obviously getting their customers in from actual kind of bricks and mortar stores is really important to them, because they know that their engagement rates is really strong. And for the last couple of weeks, we've been driving people back into store purely because their website's not ready. They don't have any links, basically. But yeah, so it's working, and they can see that footfall and uplift back into the store. And then what do we do once we've got this data? So Alex has shown you the kind of receipts that come out on the back of it, but these are the kind of the follow-up step change communication that we do. So you'll see in the end of the Two Seasons, I think this comes out about 2 hours after that you've come in store. Could be done in real time, but we don't want people to go straight back in. We want this for their next purchase. And yeah, so you get your kind of discount offers. You can either go straight into your welcome programs like Roman do, and here you go. This is the 73 retail example about driving back into store as well when they've got promotions and offers going on as well. And yeah, just what does this mean? So once we've got all of that data in, this is the type of stuff we want to be doing with it. We will obviously want to be pushing that relevant content, personalised, right time, best channel. Hopefully these aren't new words to you guys. I'm pretty sure you're all pretty familiar with all of this type of information. But yeah, what happens? So for Roman Originals, we take that data source, and then once they've purchased, we've got this kind of nice program going up whereby it kind of monitors what your next action is as well. So we start dropping people out of these as soon as they purchase for the second time, and Roman are quite fortunate that they can discount their brand to a certain extent, and they will allow people to follow through this journey. So it's now not about the first purchase, which either happens online or in store. It's about getting that second purchase and getting people used to buying from them, so they're very more receptive to their main generic marketing campaigns that are coming out going forwards. Okay, so that's the kind of the step change. So yeah, if I purchased after 30 days, I wouldn't get 34 or 44 days as well. And then what are we doing with this as well? So similar to kind of what Joey mentioned around the kind of dynamic and personalization blocks here as well. These are the different kind of content users that you can get. And these all have different behavioral types behind them. So this could be a store banner, because we know that you shopped in the kind of the Bath store, whatever it may be. Bath? I'm quite, yeah, sorry. I shouldn't have used that as an example. Right, so again, different content blocks in here, whether it's based on linked behavior, former purchasing habits, but these blocks are then chosen by your interactions as well. Okay, so for myself, I would only get one of those type of content blocks, but these are the other 3 examples that are happening as well. And then just what happens on the back of this as well. So these are the types of products that have been kind of purchased on the back of store purchases purely online as well. Looks like a 5-year-old slide, apologies, but it's got some good stats in here anyway. So yeah, 45 to 60% open average rate on the triggers. This is purely from the store users coming through. 12 to 90% average click-through rate, and now incremental 2K revenue per day since starting these triggered cycles on the back of it. So that's not just the second purchase, that's the full welcome program, lapse and reactivation campaigns, and these are some of the lovely products that they are selling on the back of it, and these are the most popular ones so far. So apparently the bright asymmetric hen top was very big in autumn winter. I don't know why. Cool. And then just what do we do with that information? So this is the kind of the single customer view and automation that we're starting to utilize. So the whiteboard type of techniques, once they've done these types of things, then they fall through and they come through with the kind of the stats, the mobile opens, all of these types of information, which is obviously important to see kind of where people are acting on. And then also using the kind of the social aspects as well. So this is the brand hub. This is an example from AX Paris, another one of my retailers that I work with. I think MUA means makeup artist, I believe. I'm quite on it with this type of stuff. But yeah, you can see they can now manage all of those type of activities in one place, and then we're starting to cross-sell and map where people are on the email journey, on SMS, on push, and social as well. And then starting to use that information and then do kind of lookalike audiences and trying to find new users and acquisition that way as well. And then, yeah, that was basically it from me. So it's just taking that journey as a little bit of a recap. That bricks and mortar store data, which is coming in its droves into ourselves, it's all opted in. We start to do the triggered life cycle on the back of it. And then, yeah, we utilize all of that information and push it forwards, really. So that's it.